I know you're celebrating those figures yesterday, but why is Michelle Bullock gaslighting you by saying those inflation numbers don't mean anything?
Well, she hasn't. I noticed that what you're doing there is quoting Michelle Bullock before these figures came out.
But she knew, she knew those figures were coming because she said she wasn't going to be distorted by short-term drops.
No.
She wanted something more consistent.
Well, we have seen consistency. And when it comes to the figures yesterday, excluding volatile was down from 3.7 to 3, trimmed mean down from 3.8 to 3.4, and the headline inflation rate down from 3.5 to 2.7. Inflation has halved since we came to office and is down from by a third, two-thirds down from where it peaked. That makes an enormous difference to people, and that's because it hasn't happened by accident. That's a result of responsible economic management, the production of not one but two budget surpluses, cheaper childcare, fee-free TAFE, the energy bill relief that we've put in place at the same time as, of course, we've assisted families who were doing it tough by increasing wages that have increased and giving them a tax cut, more dollars in their pockets in order to take some of that pressure off that we understand is very real out there. There's more to do, but it is heading in the right direction.
On energy bill relief, that drop yesterday is in part thanks to those subsidies. Will you extend those energy subsidies beyond this financial year?
Well, look, they're in place now, Peter. We made interventions into the energy. We made interventions into the energy market. We'll let you know what's in next year's budget next year, Peter, with respect to Sky News. That's what we'll do.
But without them, there will be a surge in out-of-pocket costs next year when that government support ends, yes?
Well, that's not right, Peter. There'll be a whole range of factors across a whole range of goods when it comes to the economic impact next year, the year after, the year after.
That's not right. When you say that's not right, you think bills will still go down if you take that relief out?
What we've dealt with, Peter, no, you tried to extrapolate the entire figure of the national economy.
Well, I'm just seeking clarity, Prime Minister.
Energy bill relief. On energy bill relief, and in that is a massive extrapolation. What we have is a range of things in the economy, and we have intervened into the gas and coal market in unprecedented circumstances because we had to deal with the global pressures that were there. So we did that in partnership with state governments, including credit where credit's due. The Perrottet government supported that action as well. Here in New South Wales, it was opposed only by the federal coalition, and then we determined to give people extra relief. But you know how we could do that? Because of responsible economic management. We did that while still delivering a budget surplus by making sure that we banked improvements in revenue, by making sure that we made savings as well, that we valued every dollar, and we turned a $78 billion deficit into a $22 billion Labor surplus. That's what good economic management looks like. And yes, energy bill relief has put downward pressure on inflation. Why has it done that? Because it was designed that way to help people, to help families. Those people watching this program this morning got that energy bill relief and will continue to get it. That's a good thing because at a time where they needed that support, this was a really practical way of delivering it without putting that down, whilst at the same time putting that downward pressure on inflation.
I'm out of time, but I just want to get one more in on Lebanon. Potentially, Israel is looking at a ground invasion sometime down the track. Obviously, a lot of concern from Australians who might be in Lebanon. Indeed, we spoke to one a little earlier in the program. What's the advice to them if they're stuck, Prime Minister?
The advice has been for many months now, please leave. Australian citizens should not be travelling to Lebanon, that they've continued to do in recent months. We have had warnings. I have on I don't know how many occasions now, said that if people can get out, they should, through commercial airlines while it's available.
What if they aren't available, PM?
Well, Fred,
just on that point.
Well, we continue to call for de-escalation. We've been saying for months that people needed to leave, and people do need to leave.
Okay.
And we can't be clearer than that. And we also want there to be restraint here. We want to see a de-escalation in the region. We want to see a ceasefire, both in Gaza and when it comes to Lebanon. We want to see a de-escalation there.
Yeah. So when you I know Penny Wong spoke about this earlier, and I've got to go now, but when she says you're exploring the full range of options for Australians to leave, presumably that means options outside of planes. What are you looking at?
We're looking at options.
But how else do you get out other than a plane?
Well, there are other ways. There's this thing called water there as well.
That's all you need to say.
We're looking at... we're looking at every option, but there's obviously national security issues. This is a war zone is going on here, and it is appropriate that we not broadcast all of the contingencies that we're putting in place. We've been meeting on this through our appropriate bodies over a period of time, and including engaging with our friends and allies.
All right.
But we repeat as well, whilst people can get commercial aircraft, they should. And I find it remarkable that people are still staying there, and that in recent months, in spite of the warnings, people have travelled into a zone which is very risky, and that's unfortunate that has occurred.
Prime Minister, really appreciate your time. Thanks for squeezing us in. We'll talk to you again soon.